So thank you, Paul, for that wonderful introduction. And first, I'd like to thank Invest as well for inviting me to this online trading summit. Okay, so what will be my topic for today? Reflex profiting from breakdowns and crashes in a long-only market. So let's get to it, guys. So just a disclaimer first, be sure to study the basics. So yung discuss today would be more of an advanced part of technical analysis. So madaming jargons, terminology. So be sure to study the basics first. There is a lot of free content out there, especially from Instagrams. No? So learn before you earn. Additionally, guys, practice first. No? Kahit matutunan nyo yung setup today, huwag nyo agad siya i-apply with actual money. Practice first with what we call virtual or demo trading. Okay, so trading is a game of probabilities, walang absolutes. Kahit na meron kang setup, hindi siya laging mananalo. Always manage your risk. So as I said a while ago, no, ito yung sample ng parang platform. Investigate sa YouTube out there so you can study. If you notice, there's a playlist out there for technical analysis for beginners. Additionally, ito yung sample platform as well for their virtual trading. So be sure to check it out and test your strategies here first. So again, guys, just a disclaimer. So trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, be sure to take note of that. Now, let's get to it. What does the quote say? You get recessions, you have stock market declines. If you don't understand that's going to happen, then you're not ready. You won't do well in the markets. So what does it mean? No? Actually, in the stock market, there's going to be different cycles. It's going to go through different phases. So if you can see, the stock market does not go up in a straight line. In a stock market cycle, different trends exist. Minsan, gagdaan yan sa periods of uptrend, sideways, and downtrending movements. What does it mean? So, when you're talking about a period of uptrend, yan yung when the stock or when the market is going through a series of higher highs and higher lows. So here you know, there's a high, there's a low, creates a higher high, creates a higher low, and so on. So parang siyang staircase pataas. On the other hand, if the market's going through a period of sideways movements, wala siyang direction, it's just going up and down. Additionally, there is what we call a downtrending movement. Ito yung move where the stock or the market goes a series of lower high, okay, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low trends. So, low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and so on. So why does it happen? Yeah, kasi nga, it's not sustainable for a market to just go straight up. There are cycles. So if you notice here, there's periods of accumulation, markup, distribution, decline. Usually when people talk about the market or when talk about technical setups, they usually talk about the setups that's happening on an uptrend. Okay? So what I want to discuss would be, what about the phases here in this areas? Ito, no? So how will we be able to profit from these moves going down, especially in a long-only market? Kasi, for example, yung Philippines, the PSEI, pwede lang tayo mag-buy going long. Meaning, we buy at the price and sell at the profit when it goes on a price higher. Hindi tayo pwedeng kumita ng pababa yung stock. So why? How can we really adapt to those kinds of movements from the market? So let's talk about it today. I hope you're excited, guys. So how can we trade these conditions? So very, very first would be understand the market. Is there a market going down? Meaning yung buong market ba, yung bumabagsak, nagtatransition na ba siya dun sa tinatawag natin na market phases? Or are these just individual stocks? Meaning, hindi siya yung buong market bumabagsak. Yung stock mo lang or titingnan mo na stock, yung bumaba. So are there setups for this one? Or if makakasama talaga general market, no, it's a bull market, why would you stick with those stocks that are going down? You're better off trading the strong stock, the outliers. So you have to understand first, no, is it a theme for those kinds of setups or for those kinds of plays to profit from the bounce pace or what we will be discussing today? Or is the market really, really strong? You should stay away from those that are crashing or falling down. Additionally, you have to be able to adapt. So when you're a trader, again, we're going to be talking about it in the context of a trader, meron ka iba-ibang technical setups or technical edges. So for this one, you have to understand, do you have an edge or a setup that would allow you to trade downward movement? So meron ka bang setup pag mababa yung stock or yung market? How do you trade this? Do you have certain rules? So samples of the above are bounce setups or mean reversion setups. So magdi-discuss tayo nito today. So first of all, I want you guys to imagine a basketball. So meron kang bola. You have a ball there, you're holding it. So what happens when you dribble it? No? So you just bounce it. No, you have a controlled pace, a controlled bounce. Now think about this scenario. Imagine slamming that ball to the ground with very, very strong force. No? So meron kang bola, hawak mo, sinilam mo siya, pabagsak. What happens? No? Does it bounce violently? Malakas ba yung pagtalbog niya going up as you smash it with momentum, with strength? So dun tayo na type of context maglalaro around. Setting the context first, we're going to spot possible bounce trading opportunities in stocks with strong, fast, hard crashes coming from breakdown. So what is a breakdown? Yun yung pag meron kang strong key support level. So support is just yung key area or price area wherein buyers or wherein the market is agreeing na yun yung presyo and then biglang tinagos siya, bumagsak. Nagkaroon ng huge sell-off. Yung mga tao hindi naniniwala sa presyong yun kaya binenta nila pababa. The price goes down strongly. So we will be quantifying that strong, fast, hard crash later. So first of all, pag nangyari yun, what do we do? We will personally use technical analysis to make a risk calculated plan of action as to where the stock could possibly bounce back up again. So again, as technicians, we're just managing risk managing probabilities. That's why we have these sort of setups as well as rules. No? Kasi hindi naman tayo sure or wala naman tayong bolang kristal saan tayo tatalbog yung stock. We have to be able to make informed technical decisions based on our analysis and then back it up by managing risk as well as planning for multiple scenarios. So first of all, just for context, this is going to be a short-term trading setup. So mabilis lang na siya naglaro. Hindi siya yung tipong alam ng mga tao na when you're trading or when you're investing in a stock, for long-term hold siya. So tayo, in the context of what we're going to be discussing today, it's going to be just a short-term trading setup. Please sell the bounce. And then next would be, don't catch a falling knife. So itong type of setup ito is going to be a counter trend setup. You're going against momentum, pababa yung stock and you're going to be trading it as it goes up. So yun pa lang, meron ng risk there. So what do we do about it? How do we manage the risk of it being a falling knife with momentum? So wag mo muna saguhin. We have to be able to wait for signs of life or momentum to show up at possible key support areas. So kailangan meron ka ng signs of life sa support areas. How do we identify these support areas? No. So in our context, we use these three things. First would be price action. Saan nangyayari yung price action or candlestick areas as support? So usually, we look at areas of consolidation. In your chart, you'll be able to see movements sa pagganyan, no? Minsan may candlesticks ka. So when stock is going back to that key level wherein there is some sort of support there, it could possibly bounce at that same area. So yun yung sinasabi natin na price action area as support. And then we also use other technical indicators as support. So in the context of what we're going to be discussing today, we're going to use moving averages as well as RSI for possible indicators of support. And then lastly, we're also going to be using Fibonacci retracement levels as support. So again, in the disclaimer, please study on this first. So you can read or you can watch on price action, MAs, RSI, Fibonacci, especially about plotting. But in the videos, I'm going to be walking you through some of the ways on how we'll be able to apply these key concepts. And then when you're just going through it on your review, you can use it along as you watch the video. Okay? So this is a sample chart of how we could be able to plot those possible support areas. So if you notice, this is stock that rallied higher and higher. So we have an uptrend at this left-hand side. If you notice, it's a series of higher highs and higher lows. So pasok siya dun sa unang criteria natin, no? And then, as it is going down, you see it supporting at certain areas. So, unahin natin, isa-isa natin. So, ano yung una? Price action candlestick areas of support. So, here we see there's a consolidation going here, a consolidation here, as well as here. So, ito yung possible areas mo for your support. No? So, you mark that down. And then, what happened? If you notice, the stock, again, we're not going to be catching a falling knife. We want it to be able to show us signs of reaction, signs of momentum or life in the support area level. So, ito yung sample, no? Meron ka dito na-identify na support area pero hindi siya nag-react doon. So, invalidated yung support area na to. But here, on this area, nakita nyo, there is a reaction candle. From a rally down, umangat siya. So it shows us that this was a support area level as in terms of price action. And then in terms of technical indicators, ano yung nakita natin na support? So here we have the moving average. No? So in the context of this chart, this is just a 20 MA, 50 MA, 100 MA moving average. So yung moving average, siya yung agreed upon price over an X number of days. So pag sabi natin na 20-day moving average, in the past 20 days, yun yung in agreed upon na closing price ng market. No? So yung bars and sellers, doon agree na ito, average closing price the past 20, 50, or 100 days. For this one is the 50 MA acting as support. If you notice, no, bumaba doon yung stock, nag-hit, and then nag-bounce up back again. And then additionally, you also use Fibonacci retracement levels as support. So when you're plotting your Fibonacci for bounce praise, you're going to be measuring the retracement. No? Minimeasure mo yung pagbaba ng isang stock. So kung minimeasure mo yung pagbaba ng isang stock, you want to plot your Fibonacci from the bottom of a consolidation hanggang dun sa peak or tuktok bago siya bumaba. So let's walk that through. So pag Fibo, no, you're plotting itong pababang movement na to, what you want to plot for would be yung pataas na Fibonacci. Meaning, dito, so hanap ka ng consolidation muna bago siya nag-start ng rally. So dito ka mag-plot ng 100% mo. And then, yung tuktok, bago na untog, dyan mo plot yung 0% mo para makuha mo yung Fib retracement levels. Now, what does it mean? In the context of bounce space, ang pinaka-important natin na gustong bantayan ng Fib levels for bounce would be itong tatlong to. So itong 50, 61, and 76.4 Fib levels. Now, in the concept of Fib, you have to understand that these are just ranges. Huwag nyo silang gamitin as exact price levels. Let's say, yung Fib level mo, mayroon kang price na 45. Huwag mong isipin na sa 45 eksaktong tatalbog yung stock. You only use this as a form of range measurement and then hahanapin mo saan talaga mismo yung other indicators or price action mo nangyayari. If you notice, no, dito, here we see that yung nangyayari na price action and support was between 61 and 76. So siya yung isang ideal na key level kasi pasok siya doon sa gusto natin ng Fibonacci retracement. So doon sa tumibog, if we're going to analyze it, it bounced between 61 and 76.4 Fibonacci levels. So ganun mo siya babasahin. No? Yung use of Fib levels as possible support. Now, next slide. So let's talk about the recipe. So when talking about the recipe, it's just a concrete playbook. No? So kailangan ganun tayo as traders. We have to be able to have certain concrete rules on concrete setups how you would be able to trade the stocks. Itong rules na to, siya magdidikta sa atin paano natin papasukin, paano tayo gagabas, paano tayo magka-cut loss, paano tayo mag-profit in a stock. If we don't have that kind of playbook na naka-ready na siya, doon papasok yung emotional or discretionary trading. So this is very, very important if you want to succeed and be consistent as a trader. So what we're going to do today would be itong mga bagay na to. So finding the right stocks, trading the setups, and then winning with these setups. Okay, so let's go to screening first. No, so in a market that let's say has many kind of movements, has many kind of stocks, ano yung pwede mong i-trade na pasok sa setup nito? Kailangan meron kang ganung klase ng screening process para ma-filter out mo yung may trade mo sa hindi mo i-trade. So how do I personally do this? Ayan, so ito muna. Screening for the setup. First of all, we have to be able to quantify the clash objectively. So kailangan meron kang some sort of metrics, no, or numbers or data how you would break it down into a sense na kaya mo siyang i-screen or filter using, let's say, tools. So two tools that I would recommend would be Ami Broker, AFL, or Investa Screener. So Investa has also a good platform for this one. So let's break it down. No? Ano yung strong, fast, hard clash for me personally in my context? Strong clash, ano muna to? How big is the percent loss of each candle in a downtrend or downward movement? The bigger the loss, the better. So kaya ito, ang gusto ko dito ma-measure would be gaano kalaki yung percent loss ng isang kandila na red pababa as the stock is going down. Kasi pwede naman, let's say, nakita ka, uy, bumabagsak sa stock. So meron kang, let's say, 5 red candles successfully. Pero yung bawat red candle na yun is just 1%, 2%. Mababa yung percent loss for that stock. So for me, that's not a strong clash. What I want to see would be yung kada pulang red candle or kada candle niya as bumabagsak siya, no, it's a big percent loss. Ideally, it's at the negative double digits percent or negative 10, negative 15. Yun yung maganda. Pero syempre, minsan hindi naman ganun talaga. So, okay na yung, for example, -5, -8. Kasi mga nun, you want to be able to check cumulatively. So yun yung next naman. Fast clash. How large is the cumulative loss of the downward move in as few days as possible? So very, very important, meron tayong measure naman ngayon of days or duration habang bumabagsak yung stock. Kasi gusto natin tuloy-tuloy or very rampant yung pagbagsak niya. Let's say, in as little as 2 to 5 days, tuloy-tuloy red candle and malaki, naging cumulative loss niya, yun yung ideal scenario. Kasi you want to avoid yung very, very slow na pagbaba. Pwede kasing 1, 2 candles, consolidate muna siya ilang araw, tapos 1 or 2 ulit, consolidate. So, yung mga ganun, avoid tayo. Kasi wala yung volatility at 1. Diba sabi natin imagine a ball na binabato mo ng malakas. So, gusto natin ganyan itsura. Let's say in 2 days or in 3 days, gumawa na siya ng -10, -15. So, cumulative, i-add mo yung 2 to 5 days na yun, gaano kalaki yung percent lost in total. Okay? And then the last would be hard crash. How solid are the candlestick formations during the crash? Meaning, walang intraday support or intraday rejections. Yung candlestick na nakikita mo, buo siya, or majority of that candlestick could be wala siya nung upper wicks or yung sa tail sa baba. Kasi minsan ganun meron ka na makikita reactionary points for that one. So ideally, yung pinakamagandang bounce scenarios would be tuloy-tuloy at malakas or solid yung candlestick bodies as it is crashing down. So yun muna. We're able to quantify ano yung strong, fast, hard crash for us based on these kinds of metrics. Pwede mo siyang i-transform kasi dun sa screener mo or how you would look at your screener. Siyempre, pwede mo siyang i-sort, ano yung pinakamalakas na crash dito. And lastly, and the most important actually would be focus on very liquid or highly value traded stock. So, ano yung pinaka-liquid? Saan yung mga tao naglalaro or saan may volume or value traded sa stock? No? So, if you notice, minsan kasi sabay-sabay bumabagsak. So, minsan hanap ka ng, or usually most of the time, hanap ka ng pinakamataas yung value traded. So, that's how we do it. So, let me just show you some samples for that. So, if you notice, ito yung investor screener. No? So, for me, if you want to filter on investor screener, gamitin nyo na ito. So, you can check for the week to date and then hanapin nyo yung mga strongest crashes. And then add nyo na lang yung value average. So, there's a value average for past 10, 15, 20 days. So, ideally, ako personally, 1 million and above yung gusto ko na value traded on average for the past few days dun sa iba-bounce ko na stock. And then, this is also what I use personally. It's an AMI Broker AFL to filter out stocks. So ito yung siguro ang magandang advantage for this one would be, ito kasi week to date sa investor. Ito, I can just sort it based on the past 2, 3, 5 days. Pwedeng, kunyari, ang connecting niya would be Friday of last week to Monday, Tuesday of this current week. So, yun nga, if you notice, I sorted it based on sino yung largest losers for the past 3 days, past 5 days, and then I check if the value is huge. Gusto ko madaming players trading that possible bounce setup. So, ganun siya, guys. And then let's go on to the topic of bounce pace, the regular bounce. So what is the prior move? So kailangan meron kang binabantayan na itsura or structure ng chart to quantify it as well. Kasi pwedeng nag-screen ka, pero pag-screen mo, when you look at the chart to analyze the price action, may mali sa itsura niya. So we want it to have that kind of consistent look. So ano yun for us? Ano yung prior move for the setup of the regular bounce? So first of all would be, on the left-hand side of the chart, you want it to be coming from an uptrend. So again, as we discussed a while ago, yung uptrend would be a series of higher highs and higher lows. Bakit? Yung regular bounce kasi, if you notice dun sa stock market cycle, we started off with consolidation, then nagragi na yung stock. Tapos, yung first na pagbagsak niya. Ang mangyayari kasi dun would be, if you're coming from an uptrend, there's a higher chance for your stock to bounce kasi meron kang previous levels of support. Meaning, pag nagkataon na bumabagsak na siya, merong kang pwedeng sumago kasi gayan ka ng uptrend. At the same time, when you're going to be trading from an uptrend, meron niyang indicators such as your moving averages. No? So let's say meron kang MAs here. No? Meron kang moving averages kasi nga gayan ka sa isang uptrend. So those could also be possible supports for a stock as it possibly bounces back up again for you to trade the bounce. So left-hand side of the chart, for regular bounce pace, it's coming from an uptrend. And then as you notice, ano mangyari after? So wait ka na dun sa possible breakdown. So what happens? So iba-iba itsura yan. It could be a structure breakdown. What do I mean by this? Structure breakdown, siya lang naman yung mga consolidations. So ito, if you notice, there's a consolidation. It's part of a box. From there, nagkaroon ng structure breakdown. May candle na tumagos dun sa support, signaling the start of a downward movement. And so, bumaba na siya. If you notice, it's a 16.8% loss. So, yun yung sabi natin. Ito yung mga gusto natin. In 3 days, bumagsak yung stock ng 16.8. It's a double-digit loss in terms of percent value. So, ano pa yung other na mga itsura of a possible start or a prior move for this one? So, ito pa isa. No? So, pwede magkaroon ka ng large red candle signifying downward momentum. So, ito yung minsan tatawag natin na blow of or engulfing candle. So, what is a bearish engulfing candle? Pag bearish engulfing, yun yung kinakain niya, yung candlestick sa left side niya. Let's see, for this one, if you notice, ayan, so this candlestick, ito, was engulfed by this one. Minsan din, yung pinaka-bearish for this one would be, yung buong structure ini-engulf ng 1 or 2 candles. So, let's say you have this kind of structure here. Minsan meron kang isang buong red candle dyan na mag-breakdown lang. Tuloy-tuloy. So, it's engulfing the prior structure to the left-hand side. So, if you notice, ito nga rin nangyari. So, after that crash engulfing candle, it led to a loss of negative 15% in 3 days lang. We also have structures of a blow-off candle. Ano yung blow-off candle? Siya yung mga candlestick na meron kang very, very long wick sa taas and meron kang sobrang lakas na volume or value traded for that day of the blow-off. So for blow-offs to happen, it has to confirm, no? Hindi agad-agad blow-off yun. Kaya nga the next day, it will be succeeded by red candlesticks. So ito yung sample of a possible blow-off. So long wick and then followed by succeeding red candle. So negative 28% loss in just 3 days. So this is another sample naman. Ito naman red candlestick. So if you notice, no, pasok siya dun sa sabi natin, meron kang very long wick followed by huge volume and then nag-crash na yung stock going down after the blow-off. For it to support or find support here. So kita yan, dyan yung mga Fibonacci natin. Ito meron kang price action here. So meron kang 20 MA. If you notice, no, there's a reactionary candle. So we'll be discussing it in detail later. So ito yung sample of it. Now let's go to how we actually trade the setup. So again, first, when you have that kind of prior formation, nakita mo siya. Nakita mo, pasok yung chart, na-screen mo siya, kasi ano mo screen dito? So first of all, you will be able to screen itong drop na to kasi when you sort by the largest losers for the past 3 days, makita mo, no, there was a 20%, negative 20% drop. Pasok agad siya sa screener mo. Pagkapasok niya, what do you do first? So first of all, pinuhin mo muna. Plot the key technical levels of possible support. So isa-say mo na siya. Saan ba ito pwede mag-MA support? So ito, diba, sabi ko sa inyo, don't catch a falling knife. So hindi nag-support yung 20 MA. Nag-support siya sa 50. So again, before it happens, no, day before pa kahit wala pa yung actual bounce candle or wala pa yung setup for entry mo, mayroon ka ng idea na possible mag-bounce dito kasi ano meron dyan. So sabi natin, no, always look for confluences or when your indicators go together. So ano yung confluences yan? Aside from the 50 MA, meron kang support here. Tapos meron kang Fibonacci range. No? It's between this key Fibonacci 4 bounces in 61 and 78.6. Sabi mo, baka dito mag-bounce. No? So you're already waiting for that scenario. Now, na-pre-plan mo na, no? As it goes down, wait for it to reach your noted key level. So nakabantay, ano mga dito, mag-react ba talaga yung market at these plotted support range. So meron ka idea na baka dyan tumalbog, baka dyan mag-react. Let's see what will happen. Now, as you're waiting for it, yun na, magkakaroon na or magmamaterialize na yung reactionary candle at your key level. So what you want to look for would be yung signal natin na candlestick. So it would be either a bullish engulfing, meaning yung red before it, kakainin ng isang buong candle, or a bullish doji or hammer. So mga bullish candlesticks dyan, yun yung mga gusto natin bantayan na mangyayari at your key support confluence level. So bantay natin yun. So if you notice ito, ngayon nga nag-react siya, we'll discuss how to enter that in a while. So ito na, entry. Here are the following options in entering a trade. So syempre, when you're trading, hindi pwedeng yung rules mo on entry-exit, wala siyang parang multiple scenario planning. Kasi at the end of the day, kaya nga rin ako nag-drawing dito kasi yung charts hindi siya exact or pare-pareho na mangyayari. It will always be variations. Nag-iiba-iba siya. So you have to be able to adapt based on having certain concrete rules. So, ano yung sample of that? So, ito, ano yung pwedeng options, no? So, again, how we trade it would be, meron ka munang red candlestick going down, no? So, ito yung bearish candlestick natin. And pasok siya sa prior move, pasok din siya sa screen natin. How do we trade or enter the reactionary candle? Ano yung options natin? So, first of all would be, yung very basic kasi hindi naman tayo intraday traders or at the middle of the day pumapasok. So, at the close of the reactionary candle. So, my dyan would be, hintay ka lang. I would just wait for there to be a reactionary candle and then buy ako sa closing. So, ano yung pwede natin? Sabi natin, di ba? Ano yung mga types, no? Let's say, yung isa would be, meron kang, so next day, nag-open dito. Tapos, in-engulf niya yung buong red candle dati. Kasi meron kang, let's say, meron kang 50 MA support dito, meron kang price action support here, tapos meron kang fib level here. So, you identified na, ito, yung possible support. Nag-react, hindi na-engulf, so meron kang reactionary candle, you buy on the closing of that candlestick. Ano pa? No? So, pwede kasing iba-iba yun. Pwede ang closing mo would be, meron kang, let's say, nag-open yung stock, bumaba, and then intraday, umakyat ulit. So, ito yung sample ng nagiging bullish or dragonfly doji. Nag-close dyan, buy ka sa closing. Kasi nag-react na yung candle eh. Or pwede rin, pagka-open niya, bumaba, tapos pagkababa, nag-react, nag-support kasi, and then it creates a bullish hammer with the tail sa baba. So, buy ka sa closing as well. So, yun yung sample of buying at the close of the reactionary candle. So, same, ang cut cost ng lahat yan would be at the low of your current candle. So, dyan ang cut cost So, you have to manage your risk kasi iba-iba yung percentage niyan. So, I always use VAR or value at risk when I'm trying to place my trades. So, that is for the close na entry. Paano naman pag gusto mong ibahin yung entry mo, no? So, we also have possible intraday entries. So, again, ano yun? So, for example, meron ka isang stock, open siya, nag-red siya, close lower. You can use this, itong previous day high as your possible breakout point. So, let's say, next day, nag-gap up yung stock, so, hindi ka nakapasok, bumaba, tapos intraday nag-rally na, nag-higher. So, at this point in time, so meron siyang gagawang candlestick dyan, Pag nag-match na yung previous to, tapos nag-breakout, you could enter here. So, break of the previous candlestick high. So, parang breakout entry yun. Kasi ini-engulf, ang idea mo is i-engulf niya yung previous candlestick. Pag nag-close siya very strongly, that's a good sign. Otherwise, again, your cut loss is at the low of the current candle. And the next would be, ano pa isang intraday entry? So, again, you have a previous candlestick that was bearish the past day. So what you want to be able to monitor would be at the previous day close or the current day open. So ano yung previous day close? Ito yon, di ba? Tapos ano yung current day open? Yung next yon. So again, what happened would be, let's say, nag-gap down yung stock, tapos bumaba, intraday bumaba. Now what would happen? As it goes up, 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 your window for buying would be based on the previous day close. So, itong level na to. Okay? So when the stock reaches that key level, pwede ka mag-buy there. Kasi nag-rally na siya intraday, reaching that previous candle na closing. So yun yung mga sample possible entries for the stock. Again, at the same time, yung cut loss mo would be at the low of the current candle. Okay, so let's see how it is applied to actual charts. So let's see. After you enter, kailangan meron ka rin selling plan in the first place. How do we plot or plan for our selling? So first of all, babalik tayo nga kanina, di ba? Sabi natin, before you enter a trade, plot mo agad yung technical levels for support. Ito naman, as you're entering or planning to enter the trade, planuhin mo na rin yung possible selling by looking at confluences of technical levels of possible resistance. Ba't mo ito ginagawa? Kasi, same in the first place, bago pumasok sa stock, kailangan alam mo yung possible risk reward. And to get the risk reward, kailangan alam mo yung upside ng stock kung saan ka possibly magbenta. So, ito yung sample of how we would plot it. So, again, price action resistance. So, saan meron kang possible price action resistance range. No? So, here, we see that there's a reaction dun sa this level. So, saan ang price dyan, no? So, meron kang price action here, price action here, price action here. In confluence with your 38% reverse Fibonacci level. Okay? So, kita nyo, no? May reaction here. And then, ano pa yung other indicators as resistance? Pwedeng MA or RSI. So, for this one, let's analyze how it was traded. So, ang nangyari would be, go off candle, no? Tapos, bumaba yung stock. After it rallies down, nag-give 13% in the past X days. Nagkaroon ka ng reactionary candle. Saan siya nag-react? So, let's see where it reacted. Nag-react siya dun sa 20 MA as well as this price action consolidation. Yung previous na resistance turned support niya. Doon siya nag-react. So, as we said a while ago, when you're entering a reactionary candle, saan ka mag-enter? Pwedeng at the close. So, ito, this is a form of a doji or intraday based on the previous day close or current day open. So, yung stock naman, nag-reach dun sa level na yun. And then your cut loss would always be at the low of that current candle. So, naka-enter ka na. And then, the next day, babantayan mo na yung possible na selling range. So, gusto mo siyang bantayan saan siya pwedeng mauntog. So, usually, when you're trading bounce setups, yung material or yung lifespan niya, nagmamaterials within 2, 3, 4 days. No? So, medyo rare or madalang yung mga bounce space na sobrang tagal ng duration. Kaya nga sabi natin, sell the bounce. No? Look to sell on strength or on resistance. So again, ito yung another sample. So if you notice, after a structure break, so meron kang consolidation here, nag-break down. So saan ang possible na bounce mo? If you notice, it reacted here at these key levels. It bounced dito or nag-reactionary candle siya sa 50 MA. Additionally, if you notice, there's a price action consolidation here. So dyan din sa nag-price action support sa level na to. So, same setup kanina. How do we enter it? Sa reactionary candle, we can enter at the close. So, ito yung closing. No? Ano to? It's a bullish hammer. Pasok siya dun sa hinahanap natin na entry. Additionally, diba, it's an open. So, nag-open siya here. Tapos, nag-rally higher up. So, there's a reaction. So, pwede ka mag-enter din dyan intraday. Tapos, nung closing, manage mo na yan. Kasi nga, hindi pa na-hit yung cut loss point mo, which is a current candle low. After that, ano yung possible na selling area? So when you're planning to sell, again, ganun gagawin mo. Plot the reverse Fibonacci level. Ano yung possible selling area? Reverse 50, reverse 61, reverse 78. Saan pwede mauntog? Pwede ka mauntog sa technical indicators mo. Nauntog siya sa 20 MA range. And then, bakit? Again, these are just used to measure. Ang gusto mong pinakamakita would be saan nangyayari yung price action consolidation, kung saan siya pwedeng mag-resist. So, if you notice, ito, meron kang price action here. So, dyan nag-resist yung stock. Okay? So, dyan no possible sell. And then, next would be the variation naman. So, again, iba-iba yung itsura ng bounce space. If you notice din sa market cycle natin, di ba, meron siyang uptrend tapos bumaba. After that initial na move going down, nagkakaroon na ng market crash. Bumabagsak na yung stock kasi natapos na yung previous na uptrend rally niya. So ito iba naman yung prior move kasi downtrend na siya. Wala na yung prior supports mo ng immediate price action on the left hand side. So magalayo na, sobrang layo na, historical na yung hinanap mo na price action as support. And then wala ka na yung MA support kasi downtrending na siya. So MAs mo usually nasa taas na siya. They're serving as resistance now instead of possible support. And then, same lang naman, in terms of filtering it, kailangan meron pa rin siyang nung strong, fast, hard crash. Approaching yung pinulat natin na historical support levels. So, kailangan, ano siya, previous price of the stock years and years ago para medyo magakas yung possible bounce or possible support in those identified key areas. Additionally, since wala yung ibang indicators, diba? Wala na tayong mga MAs, ang gusto natin dito na makita na indicator would be RSI. It should approach RSI 30. So, minsan nag-support siya sa 30 exacto or below, meaning nag-oversold. So, this is a form of setup of an oversold bounce, yung reflex bounce. So, ito yung sample, no? Here we see now. So, again, same prior move. Meron kang consolidation structure here. So, consolidate from this one. So, meron kang box there. So, support, which was broken down by this candle. After breaking down, ano nangyari? There was a very, very strong past hard crash quantified by the negative 47% move in only 3 days. So, 3 araw lang siya bumagsak pero napakalaki yung naging crash niya. No? So, when we see that, pasok rin siya sa filter natin, pasok siya sa screener natin, we want to be able to plan agad. Papinuhin nyo agad saan to possible mag-support. So, here, if you notice dun sa chart that I've drawn, when we zoom that out, when you check in your personal charts, meron dyan parallel price action support levels ng sobrang tagal na. So meron kang historical support of the past few months, past years ago. So additionally, if you notice, nahulog din siya below RSI 30. So it's a sample of an oversold RSI territory. So from there, if you notice, tumalbog na siya. No? So ano yung nangyari sa pagtalbog niya? So saan ang entry, no? If ever, it's the same. Kung ito yung previous day close, pwede ka mag-enter dyan intraday or on the closing price of the stock or the signal candle. And then cut mode be at the low na lang nito. So let's see other charts for this one. So again, technical setup, same lang. We have the same entry strategy rules. Enter at a reactionary candle at the close or daily candle basis as easier entry. So pinakamadaling entry talaga would be just mind the close. So ito example, no? Same FNI, what happened? So meron kang isang price that is downtrending, kaya wala ka ng price action support in the near term. Sobrang malayo or far term na yung price action support mo. If you notice yung MAs then, it's above. So their MA is acting as resistance na. Okay? So as it goes back down lower and lower, nag-support yung price dun sa historical area natin. And then from there, nag-create siya ng reactionary candle. So nag-react siya. Hit support here and then went back up. Again, sana pwedeng entry natin. Pwedeng entry mode B, previous day, close. No? So enter ka dyan or on that closing candle followed by a cut loss at the current candle. So dyan ang cut mo, ang entry mode B at this candle. And then again, same. How you would sell later on, we'll be discussing it pero niya. Reverse Fibonacci sa ano confluence of resistances mo. So here, what you notice would be sa FNI, nauntog sa 20 MA, parallel Darvas or parallel price action here. Saka sa reverse 50% Fibonacci levels. So you know, basic na entry. Minsan kasi, pag sobrang lakas ng downward momentum, minsan nagsisignal ka agad siya in the day kahit napuga siya. So for those, medyo advanced na type of entries, you would want to, let's say, self-study or advanced study for this one. Usually, you would look at intraday chart divergences. So nagkakaroon ng price divergence routine, price action, as well as your indicator for RSI. So ano yung sample nun? So ito yung sample nun. If you notice, this is MWC. This is actually very, very recent. No? Bumagsak siya after crashing down for so long. Ang kaso, if you notice, it started from 18 pesos breakdown. Successive red candles na strong, solid, bagsak. Mabot siya ng near 5 peso levels, which is at the all-time. Actually, binasag niya yung all-time low niya. So, yun sample ng yung support mo, very historical na. All-time low na nga nangyari dito. So, after reaching that all-time low, intraday, nagkaroon siya ng reaction. So, this stock actually reacted intraday. No? Meron kang rally pataas. But, hindi siya yung gusto natin na candlestick. Hindi siya yung, di ba, yung mga hammer, yung mga doji, mga engulfing. Pero, pwede ba tayo mag-enter here? Yes, we can. Ito yung sinasabi natin na advanced type of entry. So, maging entry mo dito would be, since sobrang lakas ng downward move, and you want to somehow manage your risk, kasi andun na siya eh. Nasa support level na siya, kailangan mo na maghintay ng reaction to it. How will the stock react to it? Pwede ka maghanap ng intraday entry based on divergences, tapos enter ka on breakout. So, why breakout? Kasi, yung divergence is just a warning signal na pwede na mag-slow down yung downward momentum and possibly mag-reverse na yung stock. So, ito yung sample na divergence, no? If you notice, there's a lower low. So, lower low sa stock. But RSI is not agreeing. Naging low, higher low. Yung price versus ISR. There is a divergence happening here. So, pagka nagkaroon ng divergence, it's a warning sign na, uy, baka bumagal na to. So, wait for momentum, signs of life, sabi nga natin kanina. So, what happens would be, nag-consolidate instead yung stock. So, nag-rally. Instead of going down to create a new lower low, it actually just consolidated. And then you could enter here at the breakout of this one, which was near the closing price actually of the stock. So madaming bumili, no? Nung nagkaroon ng signal here. Which was then successful kasi after, if you notice, after that entry signal here, naglagi na yung stock after. Okay? Tumagbog na siya. So how do we win in the trade? So same then, you have to be able to plot the key technical levels of possible resistance. No? Ano yung confluences ng resistance mo? So again, going back to FNI kanina, 25% lagi naman to. So ganun kalakas minsan yung mga bounce pace, no? It lagged from the signal candle going up. It was a 25% gain. Saan nagbenta? So confluences isisi natin, no? If you notice, saan ang price action resistance? It was resisting at this level. And then saan ang reverse Fibo mo? When you're plotting for the reverse Fibonacci, baliktad naman. You start from the peak bago bumagsak yung stock. And then, ang bottom mo for your Fibo would be saan siya tumabog or saan yung reactionary candle mo. So, when you plot the reverse Fib, ano yung mahanapin mo? Again, same. Reverse 38, 50, 61. Saan siya nauntog? So, nauntog siya dun sa range ng reverse 38 and reverse 50. And then, same, hanap ka saan ang resistances mo for your technical indicator. So, ito, saan siya nauntog? Nauntog siya sa technical indicators for the 20 MA, so downtrend. So if you notice, nauntog siya sa 20 MA. So doon siya nauntog here. And then meron ka rin parang RSI resistance wall here. No? So this area, there's a resistance for RSI. So selling strategy, again, it's a downward counter trend momentum trade. So we have to be able to sell as prices approaching those key resistance levels. So ito, ang strategy natin would be sell on strength or sell on resistance. Now, other samples, so ito, ganun din, bumagsak. Bumagsak siya very strong. If you notice, it's a negative 38% drop going to a key historical support level. So ito, support level, ito na malakas as well. Tapos, nagkaroon ka ng signal from there. If you notice, this is a form of a bullish hammer. Nagkaroon ka ng reaction to it, high, and then close. So, pwede ka mag-enter at the closing of that candlestick here. Again, sa cut point, same then, your cut will always be at the candle low. And then, how you would plan for the selling, tinan mo na. Saan ang reverse Fibo mo? So again, sell, reverse 38, 50, 61. Saan ang technical indicators mo as resistance? So ito, meron siyang 20 MA as resistance. Okay? So, another sample naman, no? So, we talked about regular bounce. So, naglagay yung stock, bumaba, and then ito na, nag-crash na, meron ka naman ngayon ng reflexive bounce. What if, kasi meron ka din scenario na after mag-strong fast hard crash, hindi tumalbog yung stock. So, hindi agad siya nag-bounce. What happens? Instead of bouncing up, the prior move was now a consolidation. So, nagpahinga, nag-stall yung stock, nag-delay siya. That's why we call it a possible delayed bounce. So, for this one, meron din tayong hinahanap na prior moves. So, ano yung prior move na yun? So, after the strong fast hard crash, ito yung sample, negative 53%, bumagsak agad yung stock. So, from breakdown, yung nang-plot ko dyan is historical support. Pagka-breakdown niya, no, nag-react na siya. So, meron siyang possible na support at that 5 peso level. So, yun yung historical niya. Past 2 years ago, andun yung possible support. But instead of bouncing, so nag-react siya doon, pero walang reactionary candle. No? If you notice, what happened is just a normal candle with no follow-through rally. Walang sumunod na action or momentum after. Nagpahinga. Yung stock is just consolidated. So, consolidating here. Pag ganyan, we don't want to enter agad sa consolidation. Why? Kasi yung pag ganyang downward movement na very strong, yung pagbagsak pababa niya, that's what we call bear flags. Ang bear flags, those are bearish price action patterns. So, they're very bearish na price action pattern. So, characterized by, yun parang itsura ng isang flag. Baba, tapos meron kang box there, which would break down, no? May box ulit, break down, box ulit, break down. So, ang bias mo dito would be, kaya hindi na pumapasok kasi pwede siya mag-breakdown ulit to succeed that series of lower lows and lower highs. So, what do we want to look for? Since sabi natin, no, bearish tayo, pero ba't natin gustong i-trade? So, mayroon kasi sinasabi dyan na stocks go through periods of high volatility, low volatility, high volatility. So, ang concept or context ng setup na to kasi would be, mayroon kang period of high volatility, tumabog siya na bumagsak siya na malakas, no? So, period of high volatility, bumagsak siya ng malakas. And then, nagkaroon ka ng period of low volatility, nagpahinga. What you want to look for would be Itong period of low volatility, tagang bumababa siya. Meaning, nagta-tighten or nagko-contract yung consolidation range. The smaller the range, meaning it's a one candlestick pattern yun siya, magkakatabing candlestick, numinipis yung price action, the better. Kasi ang idea dyan would be, meron ka pang possible na maging rally on strength pag binasag niya yung box na yon to fill up yung naging structure niya. So ang gusto mo mangyari would be, meron kang maguwag na structure at the left-hand side. Diba? So meron kang binagsak dito na price action eh. The idea is that this period of high volatility, so high volatility, itong period of high volatility nito, na gumawa ng isang maguwag na price action structure, kasi nga wala masyadong consolidation na matagal, it's really a strong, fast, hard crash pa rin. Tapos meron kang period ngayon of low volatility, na pag nag-breakout siya, would yield to a period of high volatility again. Kasi nga, maluwag yung price action mo dito. Pwede siya mag-rally without any prior resistance masyado. Okay? So, if you notice, sinutog dun sa 50 MA as resistance. So, at times din ito, supported by a bullish divergence to. Pero on the daily chart naman. So, ano yung example of that one? So, ito yung notice, no? So, pag-breakdown niya, it's a negative 24% drop, pero hindi agad siya tumalbog as we would want it to. Ano yung talbog na gusto natin, no? Ang gusto natin would be yung talbog na sunod-sunod or tuloy-tuloy yung candlestick. What happened here? After it bounced, gumawa siya ng period of volatility hanggang sa nagko-contract siya. If you notice, mag-iba yung itsura ng box eh. So, from this one, malaki yung range niya hanggang sa numipis na lang yung range before breaking out and rallying. So, yun yung gusto natin, no? So, what we want to see would be nagko-contract yung volatility. Okay? So, trade setup, it's also the same. Since it's coming from a prior consolidation of a downtrend, we want to avoid buying immediately on support. So, again, avoid buying on support. So, ito yung another sample of bear flags na nangyayari. So, going down, flag, going down, flag, going down, flag, going down, flag. So if you notice, no, puro breakdown siya. What we want to see would be, magko-contract siya. So ito, nag-contract ba? Yes, nag-contract siya. If you notice, from a big candlestick, bigyan na lang siyang numipis, magkakatabi na, single candlesticks na lang, and then break out. So yun yung gusto natin. Magko-contract siya. So from this one, hanggang sa mag-get, tapos break out. Okay? So yun yung gusto natin na mangyari. Entry would be on the breakout of the consolidation or breakout of a higher low consolidation. So, iba-iba siya. So again, we want to be able to enter on signs of strength or signs of momentum. Pag nag-consolidate, enter tayo sa breakout. So, ito yung other sample. So, again, meron kang historical key level at the left-hand side. Tapos, gumawa siya ng small, tight consolidation range and then enter on the breakout point. Cut mo would be below the price action structure or on the below the breakout point. So, depende sa risk levels mo. So, ito yung sample naman nun. Yung sabi natin na instead of flagging higher, nag-consolidate siya, no? Panipis na range. And yung pagnipis ng range niya, minsan yun yung gagawa ng higher low consolidation mo bago yung strong rally. So, JFC, what happened? It did a drop of negative 43%. Bumagsak siya, tapos nag-support siya sa key level. Pero, if you notice, no, walang immediate bounce. What happened? So, as much as gusto mo ito maging bounce candle, wala siya nung bounce follow-through. Pag ganyan, ay di mo na, baka mag-consolidate to. Okay, so what happened? It did consolidate. So, malaki muna yung range, no? If you notice, the range was very big. So, ito muna yung range na nangyari. There. Okay? So, what happened? After that big range, gumawa siya ng higher low na mas manipis yung consolidation range. So, nagko-contract yung volatility. So, what is that? So, from that one, nag-high. So, ito may range na, no? Tapos, nag-higher low siya here. So, it's higher low than this one. And yung higher low na yon, mas manipis yung volatility for that one. So, dito siya. Hanggang sa nag-break out siya at this level. So, again, you want to be able to be entering on the breakout level of that contracting volatility. Kasi, ang idea dyan would be, since yung left-hand side mo, maluwag, kasi mayroon kang strong, fast, hard crash, yung succeeding mo after a period of low volatility, magtaas ulit yung magiging volatility. So, ito yung sobrang magandang prime example for that, no? Again, period of high volatility, if you notice, no, Maluwag yung structure. Ito yung consolidation, ito yung consolidation. So ito, low volatility ulit. Kaya nung nag-break out, period of high volatility ulit na maluwag. Kasi nga, wala masyadong resistance here. Wala banggain. Okay? So again, that's the set delayed bounce setup. So we've been able to go through the different market cycles. And as I've shown you a while ago, na-manage natin scenarios, no? So let's try to recap it. So usually it starts out as consolidation and then magalagi yan, no? Series of higher highs and higher lows. And then finally, it hits resistance or kumaga, nagtatop na, nagtitik na isang stock. From there, what would happen? What would happen would be bababa na yung stock mo. So going down, since meron tayong uptrend on the left-hand side, we start with regular bounce pace, no? So magsusupport dyan yung previous price action mo, yung mga MAs mo, yung mga fib levels mo. So ito yung what we call the regular bounce setup. And then from there, ano mangyayari? So, magbabagsak ulit yung stock, magsisi siya off downtrend. So yung MAs mo dati, they're now acting as resistances. So itong MAs mo, mangyayari dyan would be, dito na sila. Mauuntog na. Okay? Tapos yung price action mo, yung immediate price action mo, wala na rin, pasok na sila. Mangyayari dyan would be, sobrang layo na. Meron kang, let's say, price action support at this level. Tapos ano yan, pwedeng 5 years ago na support. 5 years ago support. Okay? So ano magiging setup dyan? You want to be able to see anong klaseng reaction mangyayari. Kasi pwede mangyayari dyan would be, after hitting that support range, reflexive bounce agad siya, tatalbog agad siya. No? So that's the reflex bounce. Or, pwede rin kasing after niya bumaba, instead of going back up again, ang mangyayari dyan would be, as it goes down, so bababa, no? Bababa yung stock. Instead of rallying high, mag-consolidate muna siya. So it consolidates until mag-contract volatility. So then, yan naman yung delayed bounce setup natin. So what we want to see would be breakout move. Pagka-breakout niyan, kailangan mag-burn with siya ng period of high volatility towards the resistance levels. Kasi nga, maluwag yung nangyaring period of high volatility on the left-hand side. Got that, guys? Sige. So let's all wrap it up now. As long as you know what you're doing, there is no reason to panic. So usually, pag bumabagsak na yung stock or bumabagsak na yung market, most of the time, people panic. They don't know what to do anymore kasi nga, wala silang understanding of how to trade the market. So it's also very important that you somehow, let's say, especially if you're on an advanced part na, no, alam mo na yung basics of technical analysis, alam mo na yung basics of the stock market, maganda meron ka ring edge for bearish market conditions or for when the market is crashing or when the stock is going down. Kasi nga for us as technicians or as technical traders, market crashes just brings a new opportunity. It allows us to play and profit from these bounce setups. And then second reminder would be don't catch a falling knife. No? So wait for your edge to show up. Lagi ang maghintay ng signs of life or signs of momentum. And then study and practice setup first again. As much as you understood the lesson or you want to review this lesson, when you're going through the video, gamitin yung charts niya, banggaan niyo muna siya. So look at the charts, hanap kayo ng mga sample charts. As you're going through the charts, pakinggan niyo yung lesson and then practice, study it, apply that concept dun sa lesson, dun sa rules, dun sa discussion, apply niyo dun sa charts niyo. So practice first and then understand ano yung mga naging reaction points, how do they factor in play during the bounce setups. And then the last reminder would be sell the bounce, please. So this is a sample of a short-term setup. Be sure to always manage your risk as well as your cut loss levels. So manage your trade. It's very, very important kasi sometimes yung trade and risk management, that's what sets apart profitable traders from non-profitable traders. Kasi iba-iba no? Some people don't know how to manage the trade. Pwedeng nakakapag-enter sila ng tama sa stock but they don't know how to sell or they don't know how to cut. So nagiging net loss sila. Okay, so this is very, very important. So hopefully you understand these reminders. So now, lastly, syempre, the ball is now in your court. After this lesson, sa inyo na. How would you be able to practice and study it? No? So these are just some action items from me. So first of all, is study the material again. So aralin nyo muna with your charts, look at past historical data, and then as long as it makes sense. So for this one, yun nga, if you have any kinds of questions, tanong nyo lang ako. You can message me on my Facebook, especially when you're starting backtesting na. So when you're backtesting, in order to create your own personal trading rules for screening, entering, exiting, setup. You can use what I taught as a framework. So, tingnan nyo, does it make sense? Yung tinuro ba sa inyo would make sense when you create your own trading rules, your own trading playbook. So, gamitin nyo yun. And then, if you have any questions, message me sa Facebook. Next would be, find an accountability buddy or study group. So, if you notice, no, sa Instagrams, we have this community. So, try nyo to ask there, oh, sino guys yung mga nakapanda to? Do you want to study or back this together? Kasi nga, it helps na meron ka rin kabatuan na ideas or meron kang katulong na mag-check ng scenarios or mag-check ng rules mo. Now, after doing all of those, yung mga homework nyo, back testing, studying, when you're ready with your playbook for the bounce setup, go na. Forward test mo na in virtual trading. So, use your rules and test it sa virtual muna. And then after that, doon ka na pwede mag-guide forward testing. And then finally, once everything is making sense to you, once you've consumed all the basic and free content out there, if you're still interested to pursue trading mastery, even further, find a mentor who can help guide you. So yun naman yung parang higher levels. Kasi nga, when you're able to discuss with the mga mentors that are able to trade the markets better, efficiently, and they've gone through so much experience and wisdom, they can help you on your timing. Makakasave you sa trial and error part. Okay? So hopefully, guys, you learned a lot from the lesson. I hope you took value from it, and I'll see you in the market. So thank you, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.